Hey, Bible Fellowship leaders, this is Barry. Happy Thursday to you. As we look towards this weekend, two things that I really want to emphasize. Number one, Sunday afternoon, 5 p.m., we're going to be having our leadership meeting. Make sure that you bring your leaders with you so you can plan. If you make it a priority, they'll also make it a priority. So do what you can to make sure that your leaders are there, because when we break up into team time, if it's just you and one other teacher, it's hard to plan. It's hard to check the roles. It's hard to look at who needs care and who needs ministry. And the teacher should not, as we know, do all of that on their own. So develop your team. I think you guys have, most of you have structure in place, but some of you need to work on developing your team in your class of leaders, people that can help you guys actually minister and expand and run the class. Make sure you invite those people. If you don't have anybody, man, pick out a couple of people that you've been praying for that you think have potential and say, hey, just come to this leadership meeting with me. Barry's going to share a few things, and then we're going to have an opportunity just to talk about our Bible Fellowship class. So please make that a priority this month, every month. Generally, it's the third Sunday of the month. But I think as we look at Jacob having a renewal this weekend, I think we need to renew our commitment to growing Bible Fellowship. And one of those key ways of doing that is through our leadership meetings there, where you can come together with your team. Secondly, as far as our lesson goes, what a great lesson. Last Wednesday, we sent you an abbreviated lesson schedule because this week, as we look at Genesis 35, we're also going to incorporate a stewardship testimony by one of our deacons or leaders in the church. You should have received the abbreviated lesson plan I sent last week. Also, Vicki should have contacted you or will be contacting you today or tomorrow about what leader is going to be sharing in your class. That leader's got 5 to 7 minutes, and the way I've suggested it, you can do it how you want to as teachers, but the way I've suggested it is to put that testimony at the kind of the wrap up of the lesson. So you're going to need to shave 5 to 7 minutes off of your lesson so that your time doesn't go long, because we believe just as when Jacob was renewed at Bethel, he poured out a drink offering to the Lord. When we renew ourselves, we renew our families, as we see in this context, Jacob renews his family. He takes a bad situation that happened in Genesis 34 with his daughter and his sons, a bad family situation, and God still uses that. Romans 8:28, he causes all things to work together for the good of those who are called according to his purpose. God uses that to move Jacob, his family, to, he says, arise and go to Bethel and live there. Okay? But as Jacob does it, he has to make some changes in his family. He has to get rid of the idols. He has to recommit, rededicate his whole entire life and family. And that included his immediate family. His wife had to get rid of her idols that she had stolen back earlier from her father. So this lesson has a great context of stewardship. And I also sent you this one document, PDF, from the website gotquestions.org, which explains what a drink offering is. I think it's very applicable to your lesson because it shows the metaphor between a drink offering that's first poured out here in Genesis 35 and when Jesus in Luke chapter 22 institutes the new covenant, and he says, this cup which is poured out for you is the new covenant in my blood. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Please be there Sunday afternoon. We'll have donuts, we'll have coffee and drinks, and we'll have a great time of fellowship and leadership. Thank you guys for serving the Lord and serving our church. See you Sunday.